Hello, this is Adam from Crypto Wealth Academy. I'm going to give a little bit information about what Crypto Wealth Academy is. By being part of this channel, being a subscriber, you will get access to exclusive ICO analysis, cryptocurrency analysis, trading tutorials, and marketing updates, and maybe more, and some surprises. So today we're going to be talking about a little bit more on the cryptocurrency tokens and anything in between, the different types, as well as what we should be focusing for this year. Currently, there are different types of coins or cryptos, and people are getting confused a lot. Like, what is currency? What is the platform? What is the token and securities? So we'll little bit give you that information and talks about the differences and talk about the returns that's based on the investment you make. Um, Generally, they called like cryptocurrencies, they call like coins, but in the coins, there are subcategories that it differs from each other, especially the purpose of those and the way that they are being designed and the way that they have been executed. The term coin, token, or cryptocurrencies are often used interchangeably to make the discussion that follows the clearer. However, I reserve the term coin for the general class of technological ideas that are unique to blockchain technology. I hope that I primarily distinguished those by laying out this table, which appear to be the first three ideas in the chart are mostly on the coin side, and the fourth one is more on the investment security side of it. Just giving you an example, like what the currency we are talking about, the cryptocurrencies in terms of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, even Bitcoin Cash, they are considered cryptocurrencies that in replacements, at least the purpose of those to replace the fiat currency. The second category under coins is the platforms. The platform is a little bit different than the currency, which we could call Ethereum as a platform, or Neo or Cardano. Another example for the Bitcoin is like when you pick it out one Bitcoin and it splits into 100 million Satoshi. Each Satoshi represents some part of the real world thing and gets a special ticker symbol. This is a token because it's a completely reliant on Bitcoin blockchain to function. So if you create an Ethereum contract which allows anyone perpetually to trade zero point 0.1 Ethereum for the your thing or vice versa, this is ambiguous and may require moderator discretion. So it may be considered a token or it may be considered merely a flavor of Ethereum belonging to Ethereum thread. So we need to distinguish each one based on what kind of activities or how they are designed. So there are many types of currencies available right now in the market that you can trade in. This goes all the way back to the starting of the Bitcoin in 2009. But if the story of 2017 for the financial world turned in part of the mainstream recognition of the Bitcoin, as you will see from 2009 all the way 2017, there was really a flat chart and it picked up from 2017 and it just skyrocketed. But that's what it has happened. Now we are focusing on 2018 and the story continues on the cryptocurrency world and the changes are still happening. Especially it's happening more on the altcoins rather than the major coins that we are used to see the rise. This has come into the focus right when we see the huge spike on the Ripple, like 10,000% gain in the last month. while the outliner most altcoins in the top 150 are noticed gain between 300 or 600% in the same period, and the total market capitalization of cryptocurrency has surged 400% just more in the last 2 months. Now I'd like to give you a little bit bullet points about what the cryptocurrencies are all about. The cryptocurrency have several major advantages over central banks, currencies, and assets. As you can see, it's almost like eliminates the inflation because there is really no inflation on the cryptocurrency ecosystem. There are no limits on where you can send money and receive. Transparency is also a big advantage on the cryptocurrency. Almost like nobody can cheat the system because it's really apparent. It's clear. Everybody can see it. So really, there are a lot of advantage in terms of many things that could be done, could be accomplished, and could be used on the day-to-day activities. Really, the cryptocurrency solve a lot of problems which are connected to centralized nature of the assets and currencies. Transaction fees are also low in comparison to sending money from bank to bank by using traditional methods like SWIFT. Another one is there is no boundary of the transfer of value. You may be geographically in Thailand, but you can work for the company in the United States. Sometimes it's in real pain when you are actually transferring money from one country to another. Really, it's a big problem. It was a big problem. And with the availability and the services that are available for cryptocurrency technology, the problem is no more. Cryptocurrencies do not recognize the concepts of border. They can be transferred from point A to B in a matter of just seconds. Another point for the cryptocurrency is really nobody can block or freeze the wallets or the assets in it. So we were talking about the advantage, and let's see if actually what are the drawbacks of the cryptocurrencies as we see it now. So I want to start by saying that the main problem of cryptocurrencies can be overcome by improving the code base and legalization. Scalability problems still really exist. We need to know that. And they need to be overcome in order to bring more users into the ecosystem. And the problem is really already addressed by developers with the coming Lightning networks, sharing, and staking. There are no unsolvable problems in our day or age, really. The problem that we need to identify, and then solution can be followed. The drawback or the big obstacle right now is legalization of cryptocurrencies that need to happen fast. That legalization of cryptocurrency is happening, but it's happening very slow. But it must happen. Even the most countries like cryptocurrency friendly countries, which we used to think that China with cryptocurrency mining, right now there are some limitation, there are some thing going on that really it's concerns. But even with the most friendly countries like Japan, China, or Russia are working on bringing the market out of the shadows. Right now, the most advanced countries in this matter are Singapore and Switzerland. We can say that they are the pinnacle of those cryptocurrency legalization and recognition. Changing protocol is a very lengthy and complex procedure. By eventually, the protocol is improved through community of efforts. Even Bitcoin finally got its segregated witness activated. So another thing is also the price. Price is so volatile, and the process that volatility is really new to the investors. especially the one that which will change the world as we see it. Price change will reflect how adapted the technology is. And definitely, I'm a true believer that the market cap for 2020 will be surely exceeded by the numbers of regular, conventional, traditional currencies. And another problem, the adoption of the technology and the cryptocurrency ecosystem. That's also need to happen. From the next slide, those are just the bullet points that outline all talk on the previous slide. And just I'd like to go over a little bit. Lack of regulations facilitate activities on black market. That's a big concern. That's something that delay or prevent that cryptocurrency usage is become legalized, because previously dark web or black market were using those cryptocurrencies based on because of the anonymity and the non-traceability. So that's something that um, need to be transitioned to more um, legit transactions. Potential for financial loss because of the data loss. That's really is something that once it's out of your hands, when you transfer something, and if there's any problem, you cannot retrieve back, you cannot take it back, or if you um, if you lose. And there are technology that is being developed right now to prevent some of those, but there are still concerns of the data loss of the value, the assets, all that goes with it. Another thing is the potential for the tax evasion in some jurisdictions. That's another thing that some countries are actually trying to put more taxation on the transactions that happens in the crypto ecosystem. The fourth one is the really volatility and the price manipulation of those currencies is also big concern. Many cryptocurrencies have few outstanding units that are concentrated in a handful of individuals, and those holders effectively control the suppliers of the currencies, making them susceptible to wild value swings and outright manipulations. Some say that while the founders of those cryptos still keep um, majority of it, or they manipulate the price, or even if they have escrow accounts, they are still not really um, third party or independent to say that it's safe for manipulation. Yeah, those are the concern. The the well-established refunds and chargebacks in the credit card system is not really available, or it's so limited to the cryptocurrency transactions. So that's another drawbacks or disadvantage for the cryptocurrency. Now, actually, I'd like to go over more on the platform. What is the platform? Why is different from the cryptocurrency? Why is different from the tokens? So I'd like to go on this one a little bit more, because I think the core of this video, or the meat of this video, is actually this one, because really that's the purpose of this video too. I'd like to reserve the term cryptocurrency for the coins like Bitcoin or Dash, which aim to replace existing currencies and use blockchain technology. This is sort of an idea quite different from the platforms, like the Ethereum network. Bitcoin uses really blockchain technology to keep track of to own which coin. The Ethereum network uses the coin Ether to power the blockchain technology as a sort of like gas. The network itself is a global, decentralized virtual machine which runs other apps called like dApps, DApps, because they are distributed applications. In short, a platform like Ethereum network is like an operating system, and while one of the dApps that could be run on its own as a coin, almost anything else is programmable and could be programmable too. So there are really only three competitors to Ethereum, which is Neo, which is focused on China, focused is really in China, Cardano, which run by academics who implements only peer-reviewed ideas, and of course the Ethereum Classic, which is really fork version of the Ethereum network. That's really um, the, the most distinguished um, network for the platform. So really, what it means for us as an investor, what should we know about it? So really, the cryptocurrencies are entering the phase of a mass adoption, and while I doubt that Bitcoin will fare poorly, I do believe that right now it's a little bit idle, but it definitely the price will continue to go up, no doubt about it. But given the established institutional support it has by the features, exchange integrations, and those adaptations will continue, like such as leverage the ETFs, that will continue. And also there will be especially on the cryptocurrency arena, altcoins will actually have the most gain in 2018, which definitely I would suggest that the focus should be on the altcoins rather than the major cryptocurrencies. So on the other three sorts of coins, the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, um, take let's place because they are faced a uncertain future. Even if Bitcoin were to fix the technological problems related to scale next week, so that it had low fees or could process as many transactions as a second, like as a Visa does, which like 150, 1500 transactions per second or something like that, it will still be poor currency because it would be too volatile to function as a currency. Really, what holds for the hypothetical Bitcoin holds for any related proposal from Litecoin to Railblock. And just think about Ripple. Ripple is like other tokens, uh, will do well, but if they provide real solution to the real problems, so as a group take second place. Not every technological problem is better solved on blockchain technology, as not all of them need to be like trustless, immutable ledger. But for the cases that do, and Ripple is certainly one of them, the investment for this technology is really principally sound. As a group, I think that tokens are like to appreciate the most over 2018. But this is simply because there are so many of them. Let's come to the platforms. Platforms, to my mind, take the top spot for the long-term growth. The reason is obvious. They support the other tokens and cryptocurrencies, so have the status of the operating system rather than individual programs. The largest and by far the most dominant of these are Ether. And while I'm enthusiastic about Cardano and other technology, the coin is they are still in early development stages, so it's not as mature as Ether. So think about Microsoft Windows operating system as a platform and all other applications at the top of it. So, and when Microsoft start to promote the operating system and any subsequent applications that goes with it, like Windows Office suites or Explorer, it just um, lift them up together. So same thing. Think about that. Um, any token that has technology that uses like Ether platform is also going to be um, dependent to the platform, but also the rise will happen in parallel. Yeah, don't buy cryptocurrencies, invest in startups behind them. That's the key of this topic that I keep talking about. It's very important to know that. Um, just want to give you a couple of examples on this. Digital currency is really changing the world, and the smartest guys in the room, they know it. Believe me, it's they they seem quiet, but they are definitely very busy researching and educating themselves and learning and actually secretly investing. That's the fact. Just want to give you a couple of examples. Like Mark Anderson, an early investor in Facebook and Twitter, has invested more than 227 million into Bitcoin related startups, and he's looking to invest even more. That's a huge bet on the new technology. But here's the best part. You don't need to be a millionaire to invest in startups today. With a little of $100, you can invest in world-changing companies. So you can buy $100 worth of Bitcoin or invest in the technology behind it. During the gold rush, thousands of families uprooted in hopes of striking it rich, but few did. The real winners were the ones who sold the picks and shovels to the miners. So the real money in digital currencies is in buying the picks and shovels. The report will show you how to invest in startups. Bitcoin related startups are showing up everywhere, and with the you know insights given here, you will be able to identify the winners early on. And keep watching those videos in my channel, and you will be thankful that you did. Please subscribe, like, or dislike, and please put your comments on the comment section. I would appreciate if you followed us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you so much.